Russia will remain a major partner for India in these challenging circumstances. From Ministry of Defence, we have urged our greater military technical collaboration, advanced research, co-development and co-production of defence equipment leading to self-reliance of India. Separately, we proposed greater engagements in Central Asia and the Indian Ocean region. India is a continuation of the vast Eurasian landmass and at the same time central in the enormous Indian Ocean region. We are optimistic about Russia's cooperation in all the domains. Thank you. I would now request Minister Sweti. Thank you very much.
मेरे साथी नमस्कार। मेरी ओर से मैं अपने भारतीय मित्रों को धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा आज की बैठक के आयोजन के लिए। इस वक्त जो है भारत रूस सहयोग सैन्य और के संबंधों के लिए इस विकसित हो रही दुनिया में आज जो अंतर सरकारी आयोग की बैठक हुई, मेरे समकक्ष और हमारे बीच विस्तृत चर्चा हुई हमारे सहयोग के बारे में रक्षा के क्षेत्र में और हम आगे के लिए योजनाएं हमने बनाए। मुझे विश्वास है कि जो दोनों देश के जो एजेंसियां हैं वे योगदान करेंगे ताकि हम क्षेत्रीय विश्वास को बढ़ा सकें और वैश्विक स्तर पर सुरक्षा को बढ़ा सकें।
My senior colleague, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh ji.
मेरे लाव्रोव, मुझे बहुत ही खुशी हो रही है आज हम रशिया के हमारे मित्रों को स्वागत करते हुए। ये जो पहली भारत और रूस के विदेश मंत्री और रक्षा मंत्रियों की 2+2 की बैठक है आज
министров обороны и министров иностранных дел.
Before 21st India-Russia annual summit later today. We are meeting at a critical juncture in the global geopolitical environment, which is in great flux. Especially in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. As close friends and strategic partners, India and Russia have been working together to safeguard our common interests and to ensure peace, progress and prosperity for our peoples. Our ties have been close and time-tested. In a world that has changed so much, they have been exceptionally steady. We have had an active dialogue at political levels and also a strong defense partnership over many years. Our meeting gives us a suitable platform to discuss politico-military issues of mutual interest that are interrelated and cross-cutting. Our discussions today will address the emergence of multipolarity and rebalancing. We look too at the consequences of over-centralized globalization. The COVID-19 pandemic has raised about the current model of global affairs, but the long-standing challenges remain even as new ones emerge. Prominent among them are terrorism, violent extremism and radicalization. The situation in Afghanistan has wider repercussions, including for Central Asia. West Asia or the Middle East continues to present hotspots. Maritime security and safety is another domain of shared concern. We both have a common interest in ASEAN centrality and ASEAN-driven platforms. All in all, there is much to discuss today. I look forward to an open exchange of views that would further strengthen our special and privileged strategic partnership. Thank you, and I would invite Minister Lavrov to make his opening remarks.
That the new mechanism is going to turn into an efficient.
Extend a very warm welcome to you and your delegation.
mutual understanding. It'll help reinforce our specially privileged strategic partnership between our countries. Both Russia and India have a similar worldview of a more polycentric, more multipolar, more equitable world order. We advocate similar or identical positions on the most important political and military issues. We speak in favor of international law, reinforcing the collective principle of international affairs. We adhere to the principle of non-interference in the domestic affairs of other countries, and we have great respect for cultural and civilizational diversity of our world. This creates a very good platform for productive work in the framework of the new mechanism of the Russian-Indian dialogue that is being launched today, and I would like to join my colleague in thanking our Indian hosts for their warm hospitality and for organizing our work. Thank you.
You and I were sort of pioneers in that.
And for organizing our work. Thank you.
All right, so we just heard the opening remarks of the 2+2 ministerial meeting where Dr. S. Jaishankar and also the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in fact reiterated the commitments of the two nations and also the common and the shared vision in terms of how India and Russia look forward for the geopolitics, in the 21st century, because remember, a lot of things are in flux, different kind of equations are being looked at, and what is also interesting is that over the course of the last few years, India has aligned itself more closer to the United States. India is now a part of the Quad grouping. Along with the United States, the Quad also includes other nations such as Japan and Australia. This is a grouping that focuses on the Indo-Pacific. And what is interesting is that India has a very healthy and a robust relationship with Russia as well. But Russia at the same time also has a very close relationship with China. And at this point of time, a lot of the geopolitics and in terms of how diplomacy is being conducted is something that is centered on these relationships that are still evolving. They're all in a state of flux. And it remains to be seen how all of this, of course, will of course play out. And this is a crucial visit by President Vladimir Putin. He will be in India in a little while from now, later this evening. And the 2+2 ministerial meeting is presently, of course, underway. This is the first time that a 2+2 meeting is being held between India and Russia. All right, and also to give us more perspective in terms of what the 2+2 ministerial meeting between India and Russia, of course, means, we are joined in by Mr. Nandan Unnikrishnan, who is a senior fellow at the Observer Research Foundation, is joining us live on this broadcast from Goa. Mr. Unnikrishnan, thank you very much indeed for joining us on WION. And let me begin by asking you this. This is a very interesting and also an important meeting that of course is taking place today, the 2+2 dialogue between the foreign and the defense ministers of India and Russia, and also later we expect the Indian Prime Minister to be meeting with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Why is this meeting so important in this present juncture?
Well, firstly, thank you for inviting me. The reason it's so important was actually something that you said yourself earlier, that international affairs is in a state of flux. Multiple countries are developing multiple relationships, and there is an air of uncertainty, particularly given the relationship between the United States and China, as to what will be the end product of all these churns and movements in international affairs. So Russia is a very important player for us. I mean, not just because of defense, but even other factors, strategically and economically. We are equally important to Russia, strategically and in other ways. So therefore, the meeting between the two is to try and stabilize this relationship in these troubled waters, as it were, and navigate them.
Absolutely. That of course is the crucial aspect, because this is quite clearly a moment where the equations where the different nations that they enjoy with each other are in a state of flux. I'm told we are also joined in by my colleague Siddhant. Sybil Siddhant is of course tracking the 2+2 dialogue very closely for us. Good morning to you, Siddhant. Bring us up to speed with what is unfolding with the 2+2 dialogue between India and Russia. This is the first time that a mechanism of this sort of 2+2 meeting of the foreign and the defense ministers is happening between India and Russia.
Well, yes, the 2+2 meeting has started, and Russia is the only non-Quad member country to have this mechanism, essentially because India has this mechanism with Japan, with Australia and US. All three are Quad member countries. So Russia stands apart in terms of being the first and first non-Quad member country to have this mechanism. But essentially we have heard what the ministers had to say. And what is significant is that the Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh mentioned about the unprovoked aggression by the Chinese, without of course taking the name of Chinese, in India's northern border, and that is very, very significant. A public statement by the Indian Defense Minister about Chinese actions at the line of actual control during meeting with the Russian side. Both of course the top ministers present, the Defense Minister and the Foreign Minister. And China has been one of the crucial issues, a key concern for India, an ally for Moscow. We know that after the Galwan incident, it was Moscow, the venue where the Indian foreign ministers had met, the meeting that happened, and of course the 5-point agreement that was the key outcome of that meeting. But essentially China will be a factor during today's meetings, whether it is 2+2 meeting or whether it's the one-on-one meeting between the Indian Prime Minister and the Russian President Vladimir Putin. The Russian President is shortly due to arrive here in Delhi, and the meeting will start. That will see later on key pacts being signed, including one in military pacts as well, defense being the cornerstone of this relationship.
Absolutely indeed, Siddhant. Do continue to stay on with us. And Mr. Unnikrishnan, if I can bring you in on this. The fact of the matter is, over the course of the last 18 odd months, there's been a sort of a confrontation between India and China. Now, what is important to note here is that Russia has a very close relationship with China. What stance do you think Russia will, of course, take in this? Would Russia want to keep itself completely out of the tensions between India and China, or would it want to play a more mediating sort of a role?
Well, firstly, I think the Russians will not want to mediate between India and China. India and China are two big countries with their own minds, as it were. And the Russians understand that playing a mediatory role would be a thankless job, getting them into situations where they'll have to take positions which they don't want to take. That is point number one. Point number two is I'm very happy that this Chinese aggression has been put on the table, because it clearly displays, none of these statements are made really extempore. Everything is carefully thought out. And it clearly indicates that we believe still that Russia is not in a strategic alliance with China, that Russia is not a junior or senior partner of China, but they do have a strong relationship, very similar to our relationship with the United States. So therefore, Russia could be relied upon to continue a robust defense relationship with us, irrespective of its relationship with China and irrespective of the state of affairs between us and China.
Absolutely, indeed. That's an interesting point that you make. And Siddhant, if I can bring you in on this, the fact of the matter that India is a part of the Quad grouping, this is not something that Russia, in fact, appreciates very much. Is this something that is likely to come up for talks when the two leaders meet later this evening?
Well, I do not think that this will be directly mentioned during the one-on-one meeting between the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Russian President Vladimir Putin. But this is something that has been a thorn in the relationship. We know that Russians have publicly expressed their concerns over Quad, over the Indo-Pacific vision. In fact, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, when he was in Delhi a few years ago, he had publicly lashed out at Indo-Pacific vision, saying that New Delhi will understand that this is a vision that is backed by the so-called Western countries, the Western imperialists. That was the intent sent by the Russian foreign minister. But what India has been saying, first, of course, that Indo-Pacific vision is not against any country. It's an inclusive vision with ASEAN centrality, which, of course, the Indian External Affairs Minister mentioned at the 2+2 meeting as well. But also how India has been partnering with countries on the basis of issues like India is part of the Quad, but India is also part of SCO. India is also part of the BRICS grouping. While when China has been lashing out at Quad, India is quick to lash out back at China. With Russia, of course, there are different level of sensitivities. Russia is a close partner. And India has privately many times explained to Moscow that this is an issue-based partnership and Russia need not to worry about it.
Absolutely. An issue-based partnership is what India looks for in all of its diplomatic ventures, be it with Russia or with the United States. Mr. Unnikrishnan, I want you to have the last word on this. The fact of the matter is India-Russia equation is an old one. It's described quite often as an old romance that has sustained over the last many decades, even when Russia was the former Soviet Union. But now that India is, of course, getting much closer to the United States, it is a part of the Quad grouping. Do you see this relationship that India has with Russia is likely to suffer because India is trying to ally itself closer with the United States?
I think the words that I mean, the relationship will change. But the words that you're using are not entirely appropriate for the simple reason that the Soviet Union does not exist anymore. The India till 1990 that existed is not the India that exists today. And the international situation that obtains around us today is nothing that resembles the 90s or the 80s of the last century. So clearly in the new situation, a new relationship will be built. And I'm quite confident that this new relationship will reflect the interests of both countries, will answer the needs of both countries. And I am not at all worried about the nature of the relationship because Russia will continue to say nasty things about the United States because the United States has declared Russia to be its primary adversary. So they have a very hostile relationship that will continue. But we should try and insulate our relationship, although it will not be possible to fully insulate it, but try and stabilize our relationship with Russia so that it meets what immediate national strategic demands we have. And the Russians will, I suspect, approach the relationship with India with a similar prism.
All right, interesting. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Unnikrishnan, for joining us, and also to Siddhant Civil for joining us and getting us all those updates there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.